Nowadays I try, like, if I'm not in the mood, I will tell somebody. Right now I'm not, like, trying to oye chakula ya nani imeanguka vijiko. Ama ni mwewe. Mwewe imekula nyama. Mwewe imekula nyama. Ndio maana usifanye interview nje. Wa? Hi, my name is Mammito Eunice and I'm a stand-up comedian and content creator. I'm from Kenya, originally born in Nairobi. I was brought up by a single mom and it was a family full of laughter, yes. My intentions were just like to make people laugh. I was not initially. So for me it was just like it's a fun thing I can do, and then I started saying I can do more and get more out of it, so I started pursuing it more intentionally with whatever I wanted to achieve. Yeah.
And what kind of a journey has it been? Tough or?
It has been a journey. It has been a journey. It's good, bad, joy, crying, all type of emotions I have experienced with this career, even though it's a career that should make people laugh. It has made me cry. But all through, the constant thing is it brings me joy to see people laugh and to make people laugh. So I feel fulfilled after that, just to hearing you cracked a joke and then the room is full of laughter. You just like, and also mostly it happens that the time that I'm in my lowest and I'm just like, is this going to work? Should I keep doing this? What happens is I randomly just meet a fan who's just like, oh my God, you helped me during a certain period of time. And I'm like, okay, maybe I shouldn't stop. Maybe I should just keep doing this. So yeah, for the fans out there who keep encouraging me to do it, thank you. I write. And I have friends, some comedy friends that we do write and juggle like the ideas across each other. So at times I write on my own, but mostly it's just like, okay, I have this idea and then I'm gonna tell my friend, different comedians that we work to. I have worked with George Waweru to write. I've worked with Aman. I've worked with Justin Wanda, who also and Shiko Idaka to help me write, and David Mashare. So these are a few friends, a few of my many friends that help me write. Churchill has been a big influence, inspiration, because starting up and he was like the guy who we used to see. From the sketches I get it from like Red Corner and remember Red Corner and which was the other one? They used to have like, it's still Red Corner, but ridiculous. But it was still Red Corner. So the Akina KJ from the sketches, I remember at times when I'm bored, I just go back and watch those sketches. They were hilarious. So I think Red Corner and Akina Churchill, and those were like the godfather of comedy, and they paved way for us. But now what happens with comedy, it keeps forming different types of bodies, so you need to be in it because it will change. Like maybe it changes like in a year, the same way you used to do this comedy is not the same way. There are topics that are trendy that change in time. Like if a topic is trending now, it's all about timing, so you can't be like inspired. I can be inspired on something that's happening now, but if I don't do it then it will lose its life, and then you can't perform it like a year from now. I don't think funny and relatable are two different things. They are together. Like for you to be funny, you need to be relatable in every way. That's how the funniness, that's how you laugh, because you're just like, So the other thing, maybe you say like somebody doing jumping around and falling, those kind of physical comedy, but if it's wording, you need to be relatable to be funny. I love meeting my fans, especially like when they come to my show, and then meeting and then putting a face to who they are. So for me that makes, like, I know, oh, this is how my fans dress. Now I know. I feel more connected when I meet them personally. I just listen because there's nothing you can do. It's just like the only thing you can do is just listen and give that person a time because they have a valid reason of why they are saying the thing. Mostly when it's social media and it's like bullying, it's not anything constructive. I just tend to like leave it alone. If it's something constructive, then I'm gonna, okay, if it's on my DM, then we're gonna discuss it on the DM and make me understand where you're coming from, and also you understand where I'm coming from. So yeah. Just keep doing it. It's one of the most cliche advice you ever hear, but when you understand is just keep doing it, it's a different mindset. It's just like, okay, just keep, yeah, don't stop. It feels like, yeah, mbona ananiambia hivyo, but I think like when you keep doing it, you just like, it does not matter, because today like something may not be going right, you don't have fare, but then tomorrow when you go around, you get a gig, now you have fare, now you have some other things you can do. Maybe today you went to take your proposal, they said no, but you just took it in one company. If you keep doing it, there's one yes that you're gonna get, and that's all you need. I love being a part of the community. Mimi, you'll find me in places where you're like, what is she doing here? That's me. I live. That's how I get my content fresh. I just make sure that I am outside there living. Yeah, there is it was not even, this is moments before I stopped performing at Churchill's show, and there's just time that performing stopped bringing me joy at all. It was just like, it's too hectic. I'm like, I'm making these people laugh, but I'm too sad. So I remember that time I was just like seated behind, and I went on stage and I just said my jokes. I didn't care if they laughed or not. I was just like, I will just finish my jokes and go back. And that is when I stopped doing live for a minute, and I went back to sketches. I was like, whatever was happening behind there, because there's this director who came, told me when I was just behind, for me to be like, okay, I'm just going to go and recite my jokes. He came and told me, there's something you lack. And this is after 4 years of performing. So he was like, there's something you lack in your performance. And then I was like, okay, what do I lack in my performance? Because, let me know. And then he's like, I don't know, but there's something. I'm like, okay, that is so disturbing, because I'm like, I'm putting all of me in my performance. I'm like trying, I want to learn, I want to know. You know better, please teach me, direct me. And then he just left me like that. And then that was like the most saddest day I had. And for me performing, I just went, recited my jokes, and after that I stopped performing for a while, because I was like, okay, if I'm lacking this thing, watch I lack it forever. But after that I also like started performing in like smaller spaces like that to like get the love of performing back. I think I do talk about social issues a lot, and also politics. Even though politics, there is a limit to that.
I saw that.
Yeah. But I don't have specific things I like to talk about. I just wanna make sure it's funny. First of all, it needs to be funny, in as much as it's a topic. Yeah. I think my future goals is just like traveling more, doing comedy. That is kwa ndege, natoka kwa moja naingia kwa ingine. Kazi ni kuzurura. I stopped trying to think about it as two lives, because then I was like, I'm lacking balance. When I think about, there is a professional life and there is the other life, I was just like, it's life. So that for me now is the balance, because now I'm thinking, every time I was like, oh, this is not my life does not involve this. Now trying to make it two separate lives, it was so hectic. I was just like, it's this one life. I will be friendly to my fans. I will be the same way. I'm gonna create time for my family at the same time. I will create for time to listen to somebody who like needs my attention, uko kwa barabara, and some people just want more than a hi. Watu wengine they need a hug. Some of them they need kuongeleshwa kidogo. So okay, sawa. Because you know, like when you make people laugh, you have an instant different connection. Si kama acting. So like when you make people laugh, people are just like, you are my best friend, but you're like, I don't know you. And that's why people get like really offended when you didn't say hi the same way they wanted you to say hi. But also they forget like maybe you're going through something at the moment. But I think that is the price we have to pay for being known. No, I was not even thinking about it as rejection because I was young. I was 18. So meaning I had the energy. Yeah, if they say next time, me I will come next time. Me I have time. So I never saw it as like it's a no. And then we were a group of young artists. So we had like so many auditions to go to. It was like work. It was literally, so you just like, okay, tomorrow tunaenda hii audition, and then tutoke tuende hii, and then nini. So for me to be like, oh, they said no, and then me being stuck there, I was never stuck there. Just like, okay, one of them. So it was just like a game of dice. When will I get my 6? So that's the game I was playing. It was not like, oh, I want this and I want this and I want it now. Sahi I think sahi ndio labda I deal with rejection, ndio niko okay, waliniambia no, and then that will hurt me. But then ilikuwa tu ni okay, tunajaribu hapo, and then if they say no, we move on to the other one. You know, the thing is, I started doing this in Kibera, so I was already getting gigs of we were a group, so I was already getting gigs of going to perform everywhere. So I felt nice, but at least I knew there's something I had to do. So, and then I think my first bigger show was Churchill show up on Nilienda, and then but they rejected me for a while, a few months, and then they said yes, that I felt good. I was like, okay. You don't need to laugh if you know how to write a joke. I just need to understand, like I can get your concept. I can know that is going to be funny. Even though like I don't laugh at the joke. There's something you can say and then I'm like, okay, that has the structure of a good joke. That's definitely a good joke. People will get that. And then the thing is, they were like different people, meaning it was like people who will get this joke, this one will get this one will get that. So it was working because the jokes there, even the people who are performing there were really funny. So that was a strategy that was working. Yeah, the thing that has really helped with like the growth of comedy is social media, because like there's varieties. You can go watch other people on YouTube. You can see people on TikTok, Nini, and then you see like how they are doing the jokes, and then you try structure something like that. You get like different inspirations. And Trevor Noah, you know, like you can watch people around Africa. You can watch people around America, wherever, whichever country. And I think that helped people to now structure their jokes differently. But also, it's just the growth I told you about. Like when you keep doing comedy keeps evolving, because now you can't do like last jokes. It's just like a musician. The first song is not the best work. Like you have to keep writing the joke and get the best type of writing, melody, nini is the same. as a joke. When you're writing, you need to get the best. We have Crazy Kena. But sasa when you nawajua kwa TikTok, is just like I can show you TikToks, but I forget the name. Is this guy who does it from Capital FM. It's really funny. But that is according to me. I'm gonna be biased and just like name all my friends. I'm gonna be like, if I have your number, me, I'm saying your name. But the good thing about content creation right now, it's not limiting. Even somebody who's not like a stand-up comedian or like does not identify as a comedian, they can still do funny content. And that is like the beautiful thing about social media right now. But right now also we have a stand-up collective. It's a collective of stand-up comedians who are up and coming. It's run by my friend Tai. And we also have Karura Comedy Club, which is run by me and my friend Emmanuel Kisiangani. And what we try to do is like nurture stand-up comedians, trying to see like if we can make comedy more exportable, and so that people can now start relating to our ideas. And that first, when you start, it's going to be a little bit rough. People are just going to be like, what are you guys doing? What are you guys talking about? But I'm sure like in due time, in years to come, we will have refined that to a point where you just like, okay, now Kenyan comedy is something that is known globally, and not even globally, maybe in Africa, yeah. So that is one of our intentions to do. And that is also the main reason I'm trying to do my show, Mammito and Friends, that has a variety of comedians. Some like Vafa is from South Africa. We have Akao Dance, he's from South Sudan. And we have Tai Ngashira, who also has hosted a show at NTV. And also Tai now, the guy who runs stand-up comedian. Tai hosted Too Much Information with Tai. I was also like a correspondent in that. So these are like really good comedians that we have met through traveling, going to Uganda, going where, and they're amazing. And if now in our small steps we can get to do that now, even later on bigger, we're going to make bigger moves. From Kenyans, yeah. From corporate, they're still trying maybe to figure out what we're doing. Like, what? Comedy? Hey, let us support music.
So,
unless it's content creation. The other stand-up comedian, the stand-up comedy, it's kind of a little bit hard. Because the thing is, we are very expressive in the type of comedy I'm trying to do. Very, very expressive. We will talk about anything. In future, I want to be remembered. Somebody who just brought laughter. An icon of comedy. Yeah. Yeah. Talent is not cheap. To maintain it, you have to look a certain way, do certain things, and you personally know to shoot a video is not cheap. It's very expensive. So it's the assumption that you can do a video and then no one will watch, and you are like, oh, maybe they will watch and then I'll get my returns back. Nini. First of all, YouTube does not pay as well as people think it does. Just like small money that like for surviving. So I think like what artists need to do is maybe venture it into, try to look at other ways to make money through, so that guys can then feel like, okay, I bought something from you, because you watching my video helps spread that I'm an artist. But you buying a product, like right now coming to my show, that helps me directly, because the other money is passing through so many systems. Before I get the money, it's gonna be a certain percentage. But if you come to my show and happy that you came to my show and you really enjoy the show, then me, I'm personally making the money directly from you, and I'm having a good time. Even though I'm a musician sukuaga. Hawajuangi kusoma the room.